When it comes to job interviews, we all know the preparation and travel time that goes into one. So in recognition to that, the head of FoodShare Toronto, a community organization dedicated to food justice, says they will now be paying people who are selected to come in for interviews. As the country recovers from the effects of COVID-19 and continues to see a shifting workforce, Paul Taylor says his organization is bucking a trend.
We're not seeing the same kind of turnover that I hear a lot of other businesses and organizations are seeing.
He credits more progressive policies like paying a living wage of at least $24 an hour and capping the highest paid salary relative to what the lowest wage employee makes. But as of March 1st, another policy approved by FoodShare Toronto's board aimed at helping workers, compensating job applicants for time related to interviews.
When you prepare for an interview, that is labor. It's labor that we feel employers have been expecting candidates to pay for a long time. And that's kind of outrageous, especially when you think about in those situations, who has more resources, who has more power.
He points to the cost of maybe taking time off work, paying for childcare, and spending time preparing for an interview, adding the organization sends all their questions at least 2 days ahead.
So from an equity perspective, folks who have already been made vulnerable by systems and public policies, this is going to help to advantage those folks a little bit, or at least eliminate and challenge some of the disadvantage by recognizing that there are costs.
If this sounds new to you, you're not alone.
This policy allows, I believe, will be a greater pool of applicants who can consider applying for positions while recognizing that their time will be compensated.
Dr. Tricia Williams at the Future Skills Center says this type of policy isn't widespread yet. She says she's eager to see the results of it and adds it serves as a powerful signal.
I think this is part of a larger shift we're seeing in the labor market right now, where there is more power to applicants and to employees and recognizing the value of the time they're investing in the process.
Dr. Michael Holinsky at the Ted Rogers School of Management says traditionally some employers have just compensated for direct expenses. He questions if this type of policy would catch on broadly.
So in one way, you're being paid to practice for your future employment. So I don't know whether it'll completely catch on as a practice in the full picture, in the big picture. However, if it's really helping organizations get people in the door to be interviewed, then why not?
Meanwhile, Taylor says he hopes his organization's message is one that resonates with prospective employees.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. We have worked together as our team to kind of think about what's possible. Let's dream in color.
For more on this story, go to citynews.ca. In Toronto for City News, I'm Nick Westoll.